Good morning. All right. That title of this, what if your greatest problems are your greatest gifts, might have you thinking like, what in the world is she talking about now? So tune in for a couple minutes because I have some thoughts for you. We all, hopefully, you know that you have amazing gifts, amazing powers in you. You have gifts and strengths in combination with your life experiences that nobody else on this planet has, and God has given them to you so that you can use them for good. So some of your great gifts that you may think about, your passions, joy, happiness, your strengths, what are you really good at? I think those are what most people think of as their gifts, like these great gifts that God has given them. Some people have a great gift of like really feeling the Spirit strongly and following the promptings and doing great things with them. Some people have the gift of words and they can just lift anybody up. Some people have gifts that my friend Deanna has a gift of literally being able to look anybody in the eye and making them feel like they're the most important person on the planet. I feel like that is like a true gift of hers. But what if you thought about some hardships as gifts? I can tell you that some of my greatest trials have turned into some of my greatest gifts. Do you ever consider that? Have you ever looked back at some really tough times and been like, what good came of that? Because I promise you, if you look hard enough, good came from it. So, for example, a job loss. A job loss often will allow you to level up. How many of you have jobs or careers that you're comfortable in and you're busy? I mean, you work, you got kids, you come home, you do the laundry, you have dinner, and you go to bed. You know, on a Saturday, you binge watch something on Netflix, and that's what you do. You're not actively looking for another career or another job because you're comfortable, right? But if your job is taken away, what happens? You start looking for another job. And oftentimes, God will close a door because He's opening one that's way bigger. And you're gonna have to level up and you're gonna have to get better, but you wouldn't have done that if He hadn't taken your job away. If God had not taken my health away, I 100% would not be the mom that I am. Before my brain injury, I worked 80 to 100 hours a week, and I loved it. And I didn't regret a second of not being around for Isaac. And then I couldn't work anymore. And then my health got so bad, I wasn't a present mom. I wasn't healthy. I wasn't happy. I was miserable and I was sick and I was in bed all the time and I missed a lot. And then as I started to get healthier again, oh my gosh, being a mom is my favorite thing in the world. I love it so much. It also now has allowed me to build a career in my business, making way more than I made in the NHL and having way more time flexibility. And so that horrible thing that happened brought about the greatest happiness that I never would have had if it hadn't been taken away. So what I'd like you to do is think about some really rough times you're either going through now and be, what good could come from this? What can I learn? How can I get better? How can I grow? Because I'm willing to bet if you hadn't have gotten hit by whatever tragedy or whatever is really bothering you, you wouldn't make the changes to get better. So share with me. I would love to hear some of your greatest gifts. Or if you have something that's really crappy that you've hated has happened and you see how it's made you better and how it has changed you for the better and for the good, I would love it if you shared it with me. So don't forget, if you woke up today, then God has big plans for you. Have a great day. Bye.